lawful wedded husband.
To be my...
Barbertine. Not Barbertine's heart. With a tramp like you?
Well, I know it hurts being third rate, but aren't you accustomed to it yet?
Oh, Robin, I see you.
I myself the slut of Springfield!
Son of a bitch in heat. I found out myself what love is all about.
Hey everybody, it's me, Nikki. Hey everybody, welcome. Hey everybody, welcome to Ranting with Ricardo. We're here to talk about them soaps. But before we get into them soaps, always remember to hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell so you can be updated about all the great things we have gone on over here on the channel. And so that you can be reminded of when new videos, shorts, or lives are being broadcasted out to the amazing people that are in this community. Now, also, don't forget to check out the description box down below because that is where all the good stuff is to figure out how to follow me on different platforms, how to contact me, and so much more. So with that being said, let's get into this cute little recap of General Hospital, okay? Because it's been a minute. Okay, it's been a minute, but we are here. So Drew has gone over to see. Really, Drew went over to talk to Willow, but eventually Michael pops up because he's like, hello, I live here too. But Drew has gone over to Michael and Willow's because he needs an ego boost from Willow. You know, Willow has been boosting his ego ever since he went to save Liesel from Victor and his plans in Greenland. Okay, because y'all know Greenland is really Iceland and Iceland is really Greenland. They was trying to trick people. Y'all go to Greenland, it's ice and cold and everywhere, but y'all go to Iceland, it's all nice and green and stuff. That's how I learned it in school. Anyway, he goes over there to get an ego boost, to get his ego stroked, to get his butt kissed by Willow, because y'all know she's doing a lot of ego stroking, ego boosting, and butt kissing to this man. Because he saved my life. And it's just like save your life. Liesel saved your life. He just used the skills that he still had to go get her up off that island. He didn't particularly save your life, but okay, Miss Girl, you got it, I guess. That's what you want to do. Anyway, he's planning on, possibly running for Congress, and he wanted somebody to talk him into doing it. So we're going to get back to him. Alexis and Finn meet up, and, they talk about the wedding and how she wanted to be there and how she heard it was so beautiful, and talk about Gregory and his passing and Finn finding him and everything that's been going on, and also Finn breaking his sobriety. And Alexis is an enabler, truly an enabler. Because why are you telling this man it is okay that you decide to break your sobriety in order to grieve? No, it's not. That's not a good thing. He had already broken his sobriety having a celebration toast. Now he's grieving, and alcohol is known to be a depressant. So what you mean to tell me is this man is on a slippery slope of addiction, and there's a possibility that Elizabeth and all them children she has in her home might end up getting custody of little Violet if her mother don't show up sometime soon. That's what, this looks like to me. At the end of the day, he broke his sobriety. You might have broken your sobriety due to everything that's been going on. Both of y'all, and I had to agree with you, Miss Girl, need to get y'all asses into a meeting because this is not a good thing. Hello, my name is Finn. Hello, my name is Alexis, and we are alcoholics. Go ahead and get into that AA meeting and quit playing with us. Moving on. Alexis, after she talked with Finn, Diane comes over, and Diane is like, we haven't heard anything back from the board. Y'all know it's going to take about 30 days. They talked about how Fergus, rolled up on Alexis in a diner like she was in a training bra and thought he was going to talk any type of way to her. And Diane was like, listen, we can press some charges, do something, because he getting on my nerves. And y'all know how Diane feel about people who get on her nerves and who are half the lawyer she is. It's not cute. At least be better lawyer than Diane to get on her nerves. But since you're not, we gonna get you, Fergus. You and your ill-fitting outfits, your culottes, and that terrible haircut. Okay, we gonna get you. Alexis decides not go to the will reading because she has to go handle up on some things. And the thing she need to handle up on is Ava, and the fact that Ava then went down there and filed a complaint against her. And Diane was like, you better give her hell. And I'm like, you better give her hell too. You need to show her that you're not just a Davis, that you're a Cassadine through and through. Maybe you need a little Helena to pop out at you. They not like us. They not like us. They not like us. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show. Listen, certified boogeyman. Okay, you need to get her together. Bring out that Cassadine. Let it just let it flow. Let it naturally just go. Be the Cassadine you was always meant to be, Natasha. Anyway, Chase and BLQ talk, and she's like, just allow Finn to grieve the way he needs to grieve. And I'm like, that's bad advice, because if he grieves the way he wants to grieve, that man gonna be drunk trying to perform surgery. Quit playing with us. Chase apologizes for them not having a honeymoon, and BLQ is a very understanding. Like, you just lost your daddy. Didn't expect us to go on a trip, and we'll take another trip later. She just want her family to be good. I'm like, you really gonna have to be there, because this is about to get messy. I wonder, and y'all can tell me in the description box down below, I wonder when Finn, because that's the natural progression of all of this, they ain't had him take a few sips if he not about to fall down the slippery slope of alcoholism again. I wonder if it's going to be a custody battle between Elizabeth and all her children, BLQ, Chase, and all the Quartermains and the Cerullos. I'm gonna get it together because I love Lois. She's one of my favorite characters from GH. And possibly Hayden. This about to get messy. I can see it now. If he gets on a slippery slope of sobriety, it starts this whole big custody battle between BLQ and Chase and Finn, Elizabeth and all her children, because somebody needs to take custody of Love Violet, okay, to protect her. And then that's when Hayden pop up like, how y'all taking custody of my child when I never gave up my parental rights? I forgot if she gave up her parental rights, but she been gone for a long time. Anyway, we move on. Finn, he talks to Elizabeth and he promises to never drink again and tells her he's going to a meeting. At the end of the day, you're going to drink again because, you're grieving. So you won't have your little sippy sip, okay, a little drinky drink. You won't slide down the sobriety trail. Not slide down. He gonna fall off the trail. He just gonna fall off. And then it's gonna be somebody's job to get him back on. But it ain't gonna be me because I'm not getting paid for that. Chase, so they get to the will reading. Chase is the executor of the estate. Alexis is going to be the literary executor. The estate will be split between Chase and Finn equally, down the middle, 50-50. No 49-51, no 48-52, no 30-70, no 25-85, nothing like that, 50-50. And then the library is going to Violet. And I was like, oh, that's cute. Okay. Hallelujah, the children our future. Give them books and they shall read. Child, the children of the future. Y'all better give them children some books. You better teach them how to read, write, arithmetic, okay? And get them into some extracurriculars that's going to boost what they want to do in life, okay? The children of the future, okay? Anyway, Gregory wants to be cremated, and then he wants all his loved ones to gather to scatter him around the park. He don't want them staring at no hole in the ground. Don't want you coming to my grave, bothering me in the afterlife, because obviously y'all got a lot of issues, and I know I'm leaving y'all, but I don't need to be disturbed in the afterlife. You could talk to the air. So that's basically what he doing. He didn't say all that. That was me. It's time for Ava to go head to head with almost everybody. So it starts off with Ava going head to head with Nina over a 2-page spread that was supposed to be in crimson, but Nina decided to give it to Willow, and they going back and forth, and Ava ends up calling, Nina pathetic, and Nina tells her, well, go run it down to Sunny like you always do. She feels betrayed, and they're not friends anymore. And Maxie is there, and she's like, okay, this is some messy-ish. Okay, this is very messy. And they end up talking about Nina and Drew's very nasty, very disgusting, very, I'm gonna have to bleach my goddamn eyes, transactional sexual relationship. Honestly, would it be considered prostitution between Nina and Drew, both of them being the prostitutes in this situation? There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm gonna be honest, it's very transactional, this relationship. Y'all don't like each other, y'all don't love each other. Quite frankly, y'all hate one another. And what is Nina getting out of this? Drew bolstering her relationship with Willow and making her look better to Willow. Transaction. What is Drew getting out of this? The connection to the congressman and possibly taking over his seat and running for Congress. Purely transactional and sexual. But ugh, like two raw chicken cutlets going at it. Oh my God. Where was I? So this is messy. And then Ava and Jocelyn go head to head. And Jocelyn was telling Trina what happened at the wedding. And here go Ava talking about, you don't know what you're talking about. You're just gossiping. You need to stop that. It wasn't Sonny's fault. The only reason why it escalated, even though men need to be men and, have a little titty bumping session, is because Jason jumped in and Jocelyn hopped up and said, I don't know who you think you're rolling your neck at and pointing at. She didn't say that, but that's what the energy was given. I don't know who you think you're talking to, but at the end of the day, you weren't invited to the wedding and you weren't invited to the reception. I wonder why. And it's just like, Jocelyn, girl, we all know why she wasn't invited. Because she off Connie Falconeri. As much as we hear about Connie Falconeri, this would be a good time for her to pop up somewhere. I'm just being honest. A ghost. You know what? This is the perfect time as Sunny is going through this slippery slope of a manic episode for all the ghosts of women's past to come back and talk to him. We need Lily. We need Karen. We need Brenda. We need all the Carlys again. Y'all know how they did the episode, the Carly anniversary episode where we had all the Carlys. We need all the Carlys. Okay, even the one I don't really like or talk about. Who else do we need? It's a few of the women goes to women's past. Connie need to show up again. It's a few of them. Come get his life in order, okay? So, Jocelyn ate Ava up just a little bit, some light, not too much. And then it's time for Ava and Alexis to go back and forth. And Alexis comes in and she's like, I know what you did. And Ava is playing like the dumb, like, I don't know what you're talking about. You obviously have your own issues. Don't worry about me. And then Alexis just tells her, I know everything. I know what you did. I know what you said. Da, da, da. Runs it down to her. And Ava's whole thing is she did this in order to get back at Alexis for hurting Julian. Julian loved you. Julian cared about you. And all you did was use him time and time again. And had it not been for you, Julian would have still been alive. And I just said, stop. Don't do that. Don't do that. Child, I done did that. And now my throat. Hold on. I need to get me a drink. Because Miss Mama's. Child, fooling with Ava, I just started choking. Y'all heard me cough a little bit. I'm sorry. I'm not going to cut it out. You know why I'm not going to cut it out? In the editing process, because y'all need to know what Ava did to me. I, too, got a problem with Ava. Because trying to get Ava together, I just started choking. This is her fault. This is all Ava's fault. But okay, we're going to go back to it. Ava, girl. We're not going to forget that Julian, a grown adult, got a 16-year-old Natasha at the time, now Alexis Davis, pregnant. Hooked up with her in a car, got her pregnant. He was a grown man. Grown man. As in, I think he was like 19, 20. 19, 20, something like that. Grown man. Got her pregnant and took off. Years later, comes back, not because he wants to be close to his daughter, not because he knows Alexis, but to take down Sonny. And did it by way of having you use Morgan, by way of Kiki, and by way of you sleeping with Morgan to get at Sonny. Only for him to do a slew of things, like holding back help from Danny when Danny had leukemia and needed help. Setting up to take out Connie. Well, you did that on your own, but he bolstered it because y'all was trying to keep the secret that Kiki wasn't really a Quartermain. Oh my god, there's so many things, so many things. Constantly going at Sonny, terrorizing Alexis. We ain't gonna forget about that one. Then there's the whole helping Brad pull the wool over Michael and Willow and Lucas's eyes as it pertains to the baby. Marrying Nell and helping her kidnap Wiley. Like, there's a slew of things that he has done that he is not absolved from just because he's dead. And let's not forget, the reason why he died is because he set the bomb at the floating rib for Cyrus that killed a lot of people and put Lulu in a indefinite comatose state to the point where the only time she's gonna get out is when they figure out how to get her the fuck up out of there. And then decided to run. Don't forget, he threw you off a pulpit. Like, he tried to throw your ass, yeet you off the balcony of the castle down there on that island. The only reason why he died is because the bridge collapsed when him and Sonny was going at it. That's why he died. But okay, Miss Girl, if you want to go there, we can go there. And Alexis basically tells her, whether I get my license back or not, you're going to regret what you did. And I said, oh, the cats are dying is finally popping out of her. Child, give Helena what she wants. Moving on. So Maxie down to the house, Spinelli, Georgie, James, and Felicia down there, and the kids want Spinelli to move back in. Out of the mouths of babes. At the end of the day, Maxie and Spinelli want to be together, but Maxie isn't really comfortable right now trying to share a bed with Spinelli, and Spinelli is like, I waited for you for so long, I could still wait for you. So they decide that Spinelli is staying in the guest room, and then, Maxie obviously is going to be in the master bedroom, and then he gonna be living up in there, and, they kiss, and I'm like, oh, we're finally getting to see Maxie and Spinelli get a real shot at a relationship. Because every other time they tried, somebody was always in the way. There was always another person. So I love this for them. Where are we going? Oh, Willow is still boosting Drew's ego and kissing his ass and, telling him he should run for congressman. And Michael comes in and he lists off all the reasons why Drew shouldn't. And they're really good reasons why he shouldn't run, because it could do a lot of damage and it could bring up a lot of stuff that you may not be ready to talk about. But here go Willow. Oh, she can't have that. She can't have her husband talking some sense. She decides and then proceeds to do the most ass kissingest thing I've ever seen. And once again, she's able to manipulate these two dummies into being like, you know what? Him running for Congress is a good thing. It's such a good thing. And I'm just like, oh my God. You know what? I think I could see where they're going with this whole thing. Either Willow is going to become his manager and she's going to be taking away more time from her job and the kids and her husband, leaving Michael open to getting with Sasha or somebody else. I don't think they're about to play with the Sasha and Cody thing. Or they're about to set up a love triangle, mother and daughter fighting over Drew. Nina not wanting to let go of her purely sexual and transactional relationship with Drew, and Willow feeling like, oh my God, he's a hero. He saved me. He gave me life. He helped me so much, which means now I got to give him some coochie. That's what I think this is heading. Personally, it would make sense rather than her constantly saying, you saved my life, you saved my life, you saved my life. It would make sense that they're heading the way of a love triangle between Drew, Nina, and Willow. And Willow and Drew on the low. And Nina and Drew like out and proud with it about how transactional it is until somebody like starts digging up dirt on Drew during like the process of him running for Congress and blackmailing him with it, or blackmailing Willow. It could be something like that. I could see it. Anyway, I need to be on somebody's writing team. Come hire me. I got some good ideas over here. Anyway, they all agree that he should run for Congress, and that's it. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. But go on. Go ahead. Go ahead. Blaze, down there outside of Bobby's, accidentally tells Molly about what happened down to that wig. I said, oh, hell, it's about to get messy. So the Davis women, they talk about all the messy things happening around them, all the messy ass people in their lives, Ava being one of them. And eventually, after all of them disperse, because it's all four of the Davis women, Molly and Alexis talk about Christina and Sonny and the baby and how this is all messy. And Molly comes to the conclusion that eventually in a few months, she won't have to deal with Christina and her drama. And it's giving. She's going to keep that baby away from Christina, which is going to be like, I believe, how they're going to do it, like right after Christina gives birth. And Christina has bonded with this baby. She's grown this baby under her heart. Like, I heard that it was, I forgot if I read it somewhere or something. And it's like this woman, she had, had a blended family with her husband, and she was telling her stepkids and her biological children, because she was about to have another baby, which then would connect the stepkids and her biological kids together by sibling. So all the kids are worried, and she was like, listen, the children that I have given birth to, they grew under my heart. The children that are my stepchildren grew into my heart. I don't love any of y'all differently. Y'all are all my children. I still love and care about you. She just had a deeper connection in a sense of she wants to share the body with her children that she gave birth to, which is what Christina is about to do. And Christina is already saying my baby, or holding the baby, like cradle in her stomach, like an expected happy mother would be. And it's just like, this ain't gonna work out good, because I mean, technically Christina has rights, seeing as it was her eggs. And only, I believe it was only her eggs. I could be wrong. It was her eggs and TJ's sperm. But if Molly's planning on keeping that baby away from Christina, they about to get into a hell of a fight. And I already said what I want to happen. And if it happens, I'm going to have issue with somebody. I said this would be the perfect time, as this is going on, that Alexis gets her license back. And as we get down to the countdown of Christina having that baby and Christina wanting to keep the baby, we get into a whole type of custody battle like we got into with Georgie, Maxie, Spinelli, Dante, and Lulu back in the day. And we see Alexis is the lawyer for Christina, and then we see Rick make a miraculous return from wherever the hell he has been to be Molly's lawyer. That would be amazing. Or y'all get Nora Buchanan to pop up one more time. I love me some Nora Buchanan, okay? Anyway, Christina and Dante talk about Sonny and their views on him, and Dante finally admits to the Christina, like he should have admitted to the rest of his siblings before, and to the police when it happened, that Sonny didn't accidentally shoot him. Sonny did it on purpose. He said, "This is goodbye, Detective Falconeri," and shot him. And then here come Olivia, like, "What did you do? This is your son. What the fuck's wrong with you?" Okay, listen. And Christina, because everybody's like, Christina's acting like she doesn't know her father is violent. We get this moment where Christina is like, I know him. I know his flaws. I've known him to do foul things. I've known him to go to extremes to protect us, but I've never seen it like this, where it's like intentional, like he's intentionally doing this to hurt somebody who in the grand scheme of things ain't did nothing to you that warrants this type of reaction. And before then, Dex and Dante talked about, Dex wanting to be worthy of the badge and how Dante wasn't going to pester him about Sunny and all that stuff. And honestly, Dex decided not to press charges because he's doing it for Christina and the rest of the children that Sunny has, and the fact that even if Sunny was to go to jail, it wouldn't be for long and he would still be running things on the outside. So obviously, this is messy, messy. We got so messy, baby, yeah. Anyway, so Sunny is in the park, and he let's take us. Listen, I can't even get into it. So Sunny's in the park, and he ends up running into Jocelyn. Y'all know Jocelyn likes to run around the park. I feel like she needs to get her some bear mace and a taser, and maybe a little knife. It's not safe to be running nowhere. Hell, it's not safe nowhere. Anyway. So Sunny runs into Jocelyn in the park, and Jocelyn is like ignoring him, and he's like, you might as well get it off your chest. You might as well say what you need to say it with your chest. So reluctantly, after he keeps pushing her, Jocelyn proceeds to read him down. It's some light, not too much, a little light, okay? She could have went deeper, but it's a little light. And she tells him, Dex isn't pressing charges against you, and he's doing it for your children. Michael and Christina talked to him, but he's doing it specifically for your children. So you should thank him. And he's like, well, I should thank Michael for anything. He was like, and Jocelyn's like, I know you're not going to get out of your own way to do anything. I know that. I'm seeing it now. You're not going to let anything go. You're not going to get out of your own way to appreciate the fact that your ass ain't going to jail. So eventually, Sunny runs into Dex, and Dex is like, how you find me? Sunny says, I got eyes and ears everywhere. I can find whoever I want if I want to find them. And it's surprising you can find Jason. But then again, the F, the B, and the I had Jason, but it's okay. It's okay. So Sunny finds Dex and tells him he won't do anything to him. And he says, you're nothing to me, and for your sake, keep it that way. And it's just like, okay, Miss Girl, you got it. You got it, girl. You got it. Proud of you. Not. Sunny goes to see Jason, and he's trying to cut him the same deal that he gave to Dex. You're nothing to me, and for your sake, keep it that way. Sell me your portion of the coffee business, and we can keep it pushing. And Jason said, I ain't selling you nothing. We went into this business together as partners. So no, I'm not selling anything. And this is the only legal business you have that would keep you away from RICO charges. So I'm definitely not selling nothing to you. And Sunny is still going on about how he's a traitor and he's this and he's that. And it's just like, eventually you're going to have to let this go, because eventually it's going to come out that he was doing this to protect Carly. And ultimately, when you and Carly got married, well, when you decided to punish Jason and snatch her up from him, you were so adamant that he'd do anything to protect your family. And Carly and Jason were friends before you and Carly ever became anything. So yes, he's doing this to protect her, but also this plays a part in maybe your ass shouldn't have been running. Maybe you shouldn't have been running behind Julian, and your ass wouldn't have fallen off that goddamn bridge and lost your memory, ended up in Nixon Falls with Nino crazy ass, which thus ended your marriage to Carly when you came back to town. Put the business and the people of Port Charles in jeopardy because you weren't the same Sunny as before. And then you ended up marrying Nina only to divorce her, a couple months later? Get the fuck out of my face. Get out of my face with this. Molly talks to Carly about what happened, and she's like, eventually she comes to the conclusion that she's not gonna tell TJ, because TJ gonna be off the chain about all of this. Fake Jagger goes to talk to Brennan, and he's trying to get Brennan to go back to jail. And here come Portia being Portia talking about he's not going anywhere. His surgeon didn't sign off on anything. Girl, this man is an international criminal and he's a spy. 'Cause I'm an international super spy. Super spy. Like, really? You ain't heard the song yet? That's his theme song. What is going? Listen, I'm sick of Portia. Portia get on my goddamn nerves. Portia don't ever do nothing correct. Okay? Never. So, Like, listen, I'm gonna just be honest. I feel like Portia, even though it caused Trina a lot of pain, Portia was wholeheartedly happy that Spencer went over the side of that boat and ain't been back. I'm gonna just say that. So, we get on to Laura. No, back to John Brennan. So fake Jagger is still drilling Brennan about everything, and he's like, "You put yourself in prison because you really could have got out of it. You decided to go to jail, and you've been doing all of this so you could put Anna as the head of Pikeman." And I said, "Dumbass FBI fake Jagger, you are stupid. Why would Anna be the head of Pikeman? Make that make sense. Who else could be the head of Pikeman who has the same training as both Anna and John Brennan?" I'll give you a hint. He lives in this town. He's a Cassadine. His daddy kidnapped him. His daughter tried to, off Anna and ended up getting a little, pew-pewed. Oh my God, it's Valentine. You ain't thought to look into Valentine? Oh, dumbass. Ooh, he get on my nerves. This couldn't be the real Jagger. This couldn't be the real Jagger. The other Jagger was smarter than this. This couldn't be the real Jagger. Talk about you did all this to give Pikeman to Anna. Really? Are we forgetting that he tried to have Anna, off months before? Okay. You know what? Never mind. Once again, dumbass Jagger. Listen, Laura has lost her goddamn mind. She has lost it. I'm surprised Lisa Albright and came and tried to, put the pause on Laura. Why are you trying to get Heather freed, released, or a reduced sentence? It does not matter if the cobalt was leaking into her bloodstream. She still went off on a murder spree and was unaliving people left, right, up, down to the center. She set Esme Hermione set Esme off on the path of going after your grandson, Spencer, which then led to a slew of things happening. Laura has lost her mind. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if she's been brainwashed. I don't know if she's been hoodwinked, tricked, or bamboozled. But this would be a good time for them to bring Luke back to life. Y'all talk to Anthony, get him back on board to either come as a ghost to Laura, to have a conversation with her, because obviously Laura is forgetting Heather's history and the things that Heather has done. You was around when she did the whole LSD trick with Ice-T, only for her to get drugged to end up in the nut house because the baby was playing with the drink spinner. You was around when she went and shot that lady and then somebody else took responsibility for it. You were around for all of this. What is going on with you? My God, act like she don't know. Lord lost her goddamn mind. And I hope she finds it soon. Because you ain't thinking about the victims. You're not thinking about their families. You're not thinking about how they feel. And you still going up for Heather. But she ultimately led to your nephew, not nephew, your grandson's demise. But okay, Miss Girl, you got it. You got it, Miss Girl. You got it. Okay, proud of you. So Natalia goes over to, bring Sonny some liquor, which he really should not be mixing medication with alcohol, but okay. Only to get into this whole conversation with Ava. Mind you, Ava was doing some work for the gallery, so she was recording herself. And they get into this whole inflammatory conversation. Very Natalia heavy on the inflammatories about gay people. And, Ava's whole thing is she don't want Sonny in nobody's life. She wants Sonny to rely on her. She wants to be the only woman, the only person in Sonny's life. She doesn't care if Sonny pushes away his children, friends, family, people who've known him longer than her. She has the entire conversation recorded. So at this point, Natalia, say goodbye, say adios, say see you later, sayonara, because you're not going to be around for much longer once she puts this recording out. Yes. Christina and Blaze talk, and she's like, "Oh, I'm so happy." Christina's like, "Oh, I'm so happy that Molly doesn't know, that Molly and TJ don't know about what happened at the wedding, only for Blaze to come out and tell her, being honest, I accidentally told her." And they get into this whole conversation, and Christina's upset, and she's like, "You don't know them." And it's just like, Christina, girl, they have a right. Well, they do have a right to be upset, but you keeping stuff from them, and you're so adamant that if you tell them that they keep you away from your father, but at the end of the day, you're not trying to be around him right now. But hey, Christine is always going to be a little complicated. And she feels like Blaze betrayed her trust by telling Molly, but Molly needed to know. And down to the warehouse, after Sunny leaves, Jason hears some people try to come pew pew him in the warehouse up, but Jason being Jason ain't gonna go out like that. He not no weak ass hoe. He not no weak ass bitch. I'm gonna get y'all before y'all get me. So he do end up getting one of them. He don't get the other one. The other one ran off. But Sonny then went down to the hotel to have a conversation with Carly, and Carly gives Sonny a reality check that he needs, but the reality check he's not going to listen to. Why? Because he's in a manic episode. He don't care. And she tells him, you still trust Jason. You still want Jason around. You still love him. And that's the reason why you haven't gone to the extremes like you could. But you once again know he's not listening to you. Okay? Just let it go, girl. Let it go. Okay? Now, not Brennan. Valentine has set it up for Brennan to get broke up out of his hotel room. Not hotel room. Hospital room. And they treat it like a hotel room. They treating him. Anyway. Brennan gets broken out of the hospital room to go talk to Valentine in the stairwell. They need to have cameras in that stairwell. A lot of stuff happened, but for some reason y'all don't catch it. And Brennan is reminding Valentine tells him the FBI is looking into us. That's the reason why Jason was able to infiltrate the Pikeman organization. Don't go after him. Leave him alone because the FBI is on our asses. Listen to me because I'm still the boss. Remember how you got to where you are. Don't go after him. Valentine is going to do what Valentine does. So like I said, a shootout happens. Sonny, at this point, after everybody shows up, Anna shows up, she takes Jason in. He's not telling her because they, at this point, after they do the research on the shooter, finds out that he's like a low-level thug in the organization, and now they thinking that Sonny set Jason up, and Sonny had just threatened Jason, but that is not the case. That is not the case. Anna gets the burner phone. She calls back the number on the burner phone. And guess who's on the other line? Valentine. We know this because what? Valentine is a criminal. He's a criminal. Okay? He's a criminal. Get into that. So now it's up to Anna and Jason to set Valentine up because Jason wants his motherfucking life back, and Anna is going to use her womanly wiles to get Valentine to give up or do whatever he wants to do. But at some point, y'all going to have to figure out that man been messing with Sonny's medication. I'm just going to say that. Chase and Finn are starting the grieving process. Diane and Sonny are down to the warehouse and they're talking when dumbass detective, or not even detective, he's not even a detective, dumbass FBI agent Jacker shows up. Shows up and is blaming Sonny for everything, saying you set this up, you had him do this, and you hired this person to do that. And once again, Diane makes the big bucks. She's smart. She said that's circumstantial evidence. That don't prove nothing, and it don't. But then here go Jagger once again, going off on this whole tangent. You ruined everyone's lives. You ruined Karen's life. You ruined Stone's life. You ruined Jason's life. You ruined everyone's lives. And it's just like, let's go over this again. Was Sonny correct in what he did when he popped up on the scene? No. Is Sonny absolved for what he did when he popped up on the scene in the early 90s? No. Nobody's absolving him of that because he did give Karen drugs and she was stripping down at that strip club. However, he was not right in any of those things that he did. But once again, we're going to get into the part where, let's get into it. Karen wouldn't have been down to that strip club, had that man not come back who had, grape juiced her as a child and had those memories not been drudged up. And now she's dealing with all of this, but she doesn't know how to say it and doesn't know how to process it and won't tell her mother. And she's just going through the motions and she becomes hypersexualized. So now she's stripping. And then in order to help her strip more, this is where Sonny comes in with the drugs and everything. Karen does not last long in that life. Do you know why? Because you went and got her up out that life and A few other people helped her. She gets clean. She gets help. She gets a better life. Y'all end up getting married and moving away. Now, how she made her way back to Port Charles that you're forgetting to mention is that you cheated on her. You were too focused on your career. You were going undercover and you ended up cheating on that lady and she decided to come back to Port Charles. In Port Charles, she's doing better. She's going to medical school. She becomes a doctor. She's living her best life. And the only reason that she lost her life is because she was in a car accident on the Port Charles show. Okay, at some point, they really could have brought her back to life when they did that whole Port Charles GH crossover. They could have did that, but they didn't. Let's get to Stone. Y'all was split up after y'all parents died. Gina's adoptive parents didn't want nothing to do with him because he stole from them. And you was off being a ragamuffin. Okay, we're not gonna forget that you helped break it to Ruby, Kelly's, and then Ruby got hurt. And then eventually Ruby decided to take you in because she felt pity for you because she understood where you was coming from. Let's not forget how you popped up on the scene. Stone, yes. Was he working for Sonny? Of course. Did Sonny treat him badly in the beginning? Yeah, he did. But eventually they had a brother-like relationship. You treated your brother badly as well. And when it came down to it, it was not Sonny's fault that Stone ended up contracting HIV, which then progressed to full-blown AIDS. That is not his fault. Stone was out having sex unprotected with a known needle user, a drug user who liked needles. And people who share needles back then were more inclined to catch something. That's not Sonny's fault. But what did Sonny do? He did everything he could to help take care of Stone into his last days. And then he donated to the hospital for a wing to the hospital. He also donated for research. He also took care of Robin after Robin had been diagnosed. He didn't have to do that, but he did. Come on now. He didn't have to do it, but he did. No one's saying Sonny is a good guy. Nobody's saying that Sonny is the best guy. No one's saying Sonny should be absolved from the things that he's done. But you can't blame him for the choices that certain people made in their lives that you felt like you loved. And let's get on to Stone. It's not like you really gave a damn about your brother anyway, because you only came to see him once while he was dying. You weren't even at his funeral. We don't see Stone visiting you, do we? Anytime Sonny gets into a bad situation, do you know who comes to visit him from the afterlife? Stone. That's who. We don't see Stone visiting you. You were a terrible brother to him. You have not been absolved of your guilt. You feel guilty for the way you treated Karen and the fact that maybe had you not cheated on her and been too focused on your goddamn career, she wouldn't have made it back to Port Charles. You feel guilty about the fact that you weren't with your brother during his dying days. Why? Because you were too busy focusing on your career and being a husband to Karen that you didn't really give a damn about what your brother was doing. You showed up once and we didn't see you again. And let's get on to Jason. You knew Jason Quartermain, and y'all may have become okay with each other by the time you and Karen got married for real, for the last time, for real. Yes, y'all may have become cordial or cool or whatever. I mean, he was down at your wedding, but I don't actually care about that part. But let's not forget how it started. It started with y'all being rivals over Karen and the fact that you and Karen was sleeping together and being one with one another behind Jason Quartermain's back. I mean, y'all had that little secret about being strapped on the island and the guy that y'all pushed over and everything. But other than that, that was the extent of y'all relationship. Yes, did it get better over the years? It did. But you can't blame Sonny for the way Jason turned out. Jason, after the car accident, probably would have stayed with the Quartermains had the Quartermains not been trying to control him and trying to make him into who he was before the accident. Had they just let Jason be, had they just let him find his way and just been in there to support him and not trying to control him and tell him what to do and tell him what to wear and tell him how to act and how to talk and a slew of other things and trying to make him be the Jason of BA before accident and not AA after accident, then Jason wouldn't have fallen into the life. But that's not what happened. They tried to control him. They tried to make him be Jason Quartermain instead of this new Jason, AA. They tried to make him BA and AA decided to run off away from them. Remember, he was sleeping on a train, hopping tracks, living out on the wild like a homosexual. And that's where Robin and her flighty self came in. I'm sorry, Robin, get on my goddamn nerves. Robin comes in after he finds money, and he gives the money to Sonny because it's Sonny's money, and that's where this whole thing starts. But it starts at the very beginning. Had the Quartermains not tried to control him, he wouldn't have ended up with Sonny. And Sonny, at the very beginning, tried to push him away, but Jason being Jason is going to do what Jason wants to do. And he does not like being told what to do or to be controlled. That's the big thing. So you can't blame Sonny for the life choices that people made. Because at the end of the day, they all could have been a whole lot worse off depending on what the situation was. Because Jason was about to skip town. We don't even know what was going to happen to him after that. He probably would have skipped town and we'd never see him again. Jason, while a traumatic brain injury, made the choices he made, not making excuses for Sonny. He could have pushed a little harder, but then, once again, we've run down Jason's history. He does not like it when people tell him what to do, and he does not like it when people try to push him to doing other things. So it was never going to be a situation of Jason not being in the business, because it was always going to happen. You know, AA, not BA. Karen wouldn't have been back in Port Charles had it not been for you cheating on her and focusing more on your career. And you were an awful brother to Stone, and you didn't even show up for him. You showed up once, and we didn't see you again as he was going through the process of dying. And we sure as hell didn't see you at his funeral. So with that being said, dumbass, fake ass Jagger, we don't want to hear it from you no more. Go find you something to do, because you obviously are a terrible FBI agent. Get out of my face. And that was all for Dim Soaps. Okay, I'm going to break down this last part, my little rant I went on about dumbass Jagger. He get on my nerves. Somebody please have it a storyline where this is the fake Jagger coming in to try to ruin lives, hired by somebody, because this can't be real. Anyway, with that being said, that was all for Dim Soaps. Don't forget to hit the notification button and hit the notification bell to turn on your notifications so you can be updated about everything. And don't forget to hit the subscription button as well. With that being said, that was it. That was all. I will see y'all tomorrow for Wednesday's episode, because this is like last week till Tuesday's recap. And with that being said, check out everything else. And I love everyone. I'll see you later. Bye.